Virgo, August 22nd, 2025 will not arrive as an ordinary day. It carries the vibration of prophecy, the weight of a cycle long spoken in silence and symbols. On this date, the Hermit prophecy is activated, and its call is reaching for you. It is not simply a celestial rhythm, it is a summons to transformation. Something will change, and everything you have carried will be redefined by how you respond. This prophecy does not open for all. Many will pass through the day as if it were any other, blind to the signals around them. But you, Virgo, feel it in the undercurrent already. The strange tension in the air, the restless pulse beneath your skin, the sudden synchronicities you cannot ignore. That sensitivity is not weakness, it is recognition. You were designed to hear this call. The Hermit card, a lantern held in solitude, becomes the archetype guiding you now. It is the reminder that wisdom is not loud, and truth is not found in crowds. The prophecy connected to this card is not about hiding from the world, but about stepping into it with clarity, drawn from the depths of stillness. Virgo, your journey has prepared you for this exact frequency. The promise within this prophecy is immense. Illumination, release, miracles seeded long ago finally reaching fruition. Yet the threat is equally real: stagnation, karmic traps, and shadows recycling if you ignore the invitation. The gate opens briefly. What you choose in this window determines the rhythm of years to come. This journey will reveal the design of the Hermit prophecy in full. First, you will see why your hidden preparation mattered more than you knew. Then, you will understand the mystical framework of August 22nd and the activation of the cosmic gate. Finally, you will learn the 3 living signs of the prophecy, how to align with them, and how to seal your path with decree. Virgo, stay until the end. The decree awaiting you is not just a collection of words, it is a lantern, a seal, a key that opens doors no shadow can close. When you speak it, you will not only declare your destiny, you will activate it, and the light will rise. Virgo, the prophecy unfolding now is not sudden. It has been written through your hidden preparation, carried in the silence you endured, and marked by the sacrifices no one else fully saw. Your life has mirrored the path of the Hermit all along. Where others sought noise, you were drawn to stillness. Where others rushed, you chose patience. Where others demanded recognition, you worked quietly in the shadows. What looked like delay was actually initiation. The Hermit's lantern shines not outward first, but inward. It teaches that solitude is not abandonment. It is alignment. Every season of isolation you faced was not punishment, but preparation. You were being refined in silence so that when the time of the prophecy came, your spirit would be steady enough to hold it. What felt like emptiness was the sacred womb of transformation. Karma has touched you deeply. Many Virgos have carried ancestral weights, repeating struggles that seemed older than their own life. Yet this burden has also been part of your initiation. By carrying it, you learned discernment. By surviving it, you became the one who could break it. The Hermit prophecy does not appear to those who are untested. It appears to those who have walked through fire and remained whole. Now the timing reveals itself. Every hidden seed planted in silence begins to rise. The prophecy declares that no effort made in truth is ever wasted. The unseen has kept record of every prayer, every sleepless night, every quiet act of service. Though the world may not have seen, the heavens saw. And August 22nd is the moment when that record speaks. The Hermit is not only about retreat, but also about emergence. It is the bridge between hidden wisdom and public guidance. Virgo, this is why you feel the pressure now. The shift from being prepared in silence to being positioned in light. The prophecy requires you to step into what you have long carried but rarely revealed. This is not just about you. The lantern you carry will light paths for others, even if they never know your name. Your preparation was personal, but your activation is collective. The Hermit prophecy has called you not only to witness it, but to embody it. And to see how this operates, you must first understand the mystical framework of the day itself. The Hermit prophecy moves through structure, Virgo. What will unfold on August 22nd is not random. It is a cosmic gate opening, a piece of spiritual engineering designed to reset cycles that have carried for lifetimes. This is why the atmosphere feels heavy, why dreams seem more vivid, why synchronicities follow you closer than before. The prophecy has been activated, and you are walking within its current. Astrologically, this alignment carries the vibration of the waning moon, a phase of release, a clearing of patterns that no longer belong. Under this light, what is false begins to unravel. Attachments loosen, hidden illusions surface so they can be dissolved. Virgo, this is why old emotions may return, why shadows feel louder in this season. It is not regression, it is revelation. The prophecy pushes you to see what must be left behind. The Hermit prophecy awakens now because its time has matured. It is not about chance, but about sequence. Seeds planted in silence, prayers spoken in secret, truths carried within you. They all align under this gate. Think of it as a hinge in your destiny. One side holding the weight of the past, the other opening into miracles written before you were born. This prophecy does not arrive gently. Its signs are piercing. Recurring numbers like 1111 or 777, a restlessness in your body, vivid dreams that carry messages, sudden clarity that feels too strong to ignore. Even the heaviness in the air is part of the signal, reminding you that the veil is thinner and that you are walking inside a sacred window. Do not fear this. Fear closes the lantern, but awareness ignites it. The Hermit's lesson is that clarity arrives not through panic, but through presence. The more awake you are, the more clearly you see the light on your path. The less conscious you are, the easier it is to stumble in cycles already meant to end. Virgo, the gate is opening. You are standing at the threshold. This is why your preparation mattered, and why your sensitivity is your gift. The Hermit prophecy is alive, and its structure is set. Now the question becomes, how will you recognize the 3 signs that prove its light is guiding your miracles near? The first sign of the Hermit prophecy, Virgo, is illumination in solitude. This is when clarity comes not from the voices of others, but from silence itself. You may feel the sudden need to withdraw, to step back from noise, to retreat into stillness. This is not escapism. It is the lantern guiding you inward. In solitude, the prophecy speaks. The symptoms are distinct. A craving for quiet when you would normally seek company. Insights that appear in meditation, prayer, or even in the moments before sleep. Unexpected clarity after time spent alone, as if answers surface effortlessly once distractions fall away. You may even feel your energy drain quickly in crowds, signaling that your spirit is being drawn inward for revelation. Imagine this: a Virgo who spends an evening in solitude, perhaps journaling or simply sitting in silence. In the stillness, an idea arrives, sharp, undeniable, like a key sliding into a lock. The problem they carried for months dissolves, not through struggle, but through presence. That is the first sign, Virgo. Illumination rising not from outside, but from within. The mistake many make is confusing solitude with loneliness. They run from the silence, fearing emptiness, and in doing so, miss the wisdom waiting there. Loneliness is the absence of connection, but solitude is the presence of self. The Hermit teaches that the lantern shines brightest in darkness, not in distraction. The protocol is simple. Create intentional stillness each day, even for 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe deeply. Ask for clarity, then listen without force. Write down what arises, no matter how small. The more you honor these moments, the stronger the illumination becomes. Anchor this with an affirmation. In stillness, I see the truth. Speak it aloud before resting, or whisper it into the quiet morning hours. Let it remind you that wisdom is already within, waiting for space to emerge. Virgo, this is the first living sign that the Hermit prophecy is moving in your life. Illumination in solitude is not emptiness, it is activation. And as the lantern lights within, it prepares you for the second sign, the revelation of the shadow you must face and release. The second sign of the Hermit prophecy, Virgo, is the shadow revealed. If the first sign shines light in solitude, the second shows what that light exposes. Shadows are not enemies. They are unhealed fragments of your story, parts of you that have long waited to be seen. When the prophecy activates, these shadows step forward because the gate cannot open if they remain hidden. You will know this sign by the symptoms it brings. Old fears suddenly resurface, often through unexpected triggers. Memories you thought were finished replay in sharper detail. Relationships or situations may press on wounds you believed were healed. Doubts arise, not to break you, but to reveal where you still hold weight. Even feelings of confusion or heaviness can be signals that the shadow is asking for release. Picture this moment. A Virgo, steady in their routine, suddenly finds themselves overwhelmed by emotions that feel out of proportion. Perhaps an innocent word reminds them of an old betrayal. Perhaps a missed opportunity awakens a fear of failure. The shadow is not punishing them. It is surfacing so that the lantern can finally reveal its shape. The common mistake is to run, to distract, suppress, or deny. Yet ignoring the shadow only deepens its hold. The Hermit prophecy calls you to face it, to acknowledge what has lived in silence, and to free yourself by naming it. Shadows lose power when they are brought into light. The protocol is clear. Take time to journal the emotions that rise. Do not filter. Write the fear, the memory, the wound exactly as it feels. Then, speak a release. I see you, and I free you. Burn the paper safely or close the journal as an act of closure. This transforms exposure into liberation. Seal this process with the affirmation, I face and free my shadow. Say it until the heaviness shifts. Say it until the energy begins to feel lighter. This is not about perfection. It is about honesty. Virgo, this is the second sign. The Hermit's lantern is not selective. It lights both beauty and shadow. And when the shadow is faced, the path becomes clear. That clarity leads directly into the third sign of the prophecy, the lantern itself guiding your steps into destiny. The third sign of the Hermit prophecy, Virgo, is the lantern path. If solitude brings illumination and the shadow brings release, the lantern is the proof that you are being guided. It is the quiet assurance that you are not wandering aimlessly. There is a path lit before you, one step at a time. And though it may not reveal the entire road, it always shows enough for the next move. You will recognize this sign through synchronicities that grow too precise to ignore. Repeated numbers like 1111, 222, or 777 appearing in unexpected places. Encounters with strangers who deliver words that answer your unspoken questions. Being drawn to places, books, or conversations that carry exactly what you need. These are the lantern's beams in your daily life. Imagine this: a Virgo debating a decision, uncertain of which path to choose. On the same day, they see the same phrase in multiple places, or a friend calls with the exact advice they were searching for. Coincidence? No. It is the lantern showing where to place the next step. The mistake many make is dismissing these nudges as random. They demand certainty, wanting the entire map, and in their impatience they miss the gentle light. But the Hermit teaches that destiny unfolds by steps, not leaps. The lantern is not meant to blind you with full vision. It is meant to guide you with enough light to move faithfully. The protocol is trust in motion. When a sign repeats, when a door opens, when a nudge feels undeniable, follow it. Do not wait for perfect proof. Write the signs down, honor them, act on the small guidance, and let the path reveal itself gradually. Trust is the action that keeps the lantern lit. Anchor this sign with the affirmation, the lantern lights my path. Speak it when you see numbers, when synchronicities appear, when you feel the gentle pull of direction. These words remind you that you are not lost. You are guided. Virgo, This is the third sign of the prophecy. Illumination in solitude, the shadow revealed, and the lantern path all converge to prove the hermit prophecy is alive within you. And now, to make this truth tangible, we turn to a story, a living testimony of one who walked this path before you. There was once a Virgo who walked the hermit's path long before this prophecy was spoken aloud. On the surface, their life appeared quiet, unremarkable to the eyes of others. Yet inside, they carried an invisible conflict, a battle between trust and doubt, faith and fear. For years, they worked diligently, served faithfully, and endured silently, all the while wondering if their sacrifices were in vain. The turning point came when the signs began. One evening, drained and questioning everything, they noticed the number 777 glowing on a receipt. A chill ran through their body, a wave of recognition that this was not random. That night, they dreamed of a lantern glowing at the top of a mountain. The dream was simple, yet it burned into their heart as if it were a command. The conflict deepened. Could this really be guidance? Or was it only imagination? Days later, the pattern repeated. 1111 appeared on a clock at the exact moment they whispered a prayer. A stranger spoke words that matched the very thoughts they had hidden. The hermit's light was unmistakable, calling them to trust. Finally, they chose to act. One morning, before the sun rose, they lit a single candle in the silence of their room. They placed their hand over their heart and whispered, "I walk the lantern path." It was a small ritual, yet it carried immense power because it was done with sincerity. From that day, everything shifted. Doors that had remained closed for years began to open. A forgotten opportunity resurfaced. A relationship long broken was healed in unexpected ways. Even their sense of self transformed, fear weakened, faith grew stronger. The hermit's prophecy was no longer a concept. It was living proof in their own story. The moral of their journey is clear, Virgo. Miracles do not arrive in chaos. They emerge through awareness, trust, and small acts of courage. The signs appear not to tease you, but to guide you. When you honor them, the prophecy moves. This testimony stands as confirmation. You are not the first to walk this path, and you will not be the last. The lantern shines for all who are willing to see. And now, to step into the prophecy fully, you must learn the ritual of alignment that seals the hermit's guidance in your life. Virgo, the hermit prophecy is not only seen through signs, it is sealed through practice. Without alignment, the lantern flickers. With it, the path shines steadily. This is why the prophecy comes with a ritual, a pattern of action that allows the unseen to become tangible. It is not complicated. It is precise, built in 4 movements that echo the hermit's wisdom. The first movement is intention. Write your desire in the present tense, as though it already breathes in your life. Not, "I will find peace," but, "I live in peace." Not, "I hope for abundance," but, "I receive abundance." Words shape energy, and clarity creates the doorway. The second movement is elevated emotion. The hermit does not manifest through force, but through feeling. Close your eyes and hold gratitude as if the miracle has already arrived. Let your chest expand. Let joy, peace, or relief wash over you. This emotion is the lantern's flame. It fuels the prophecy's unfolding. The third movement is aligned action. The prophecy does not work without steps taken in faith. Do one small act that reflects your intention. If you wrote of abundance, give generously or apply for an opportunity. If you wrote of destiny, begin the project even with 1 line. If you wrote of union, extend a message or an act of kindness. Action grounds spirit into reality. The fourth movement is release. Let go of control. Do not grip the outcome. Do not chase. Whisper the decree and hand the rest to the unseen. Release is not weakness. It is the ultimate proof of trust. To embody this, create a simple ritual. Light a single candle under the waning moon, symbolizing the release of what no longer serves. Breathe deeply in 4-7-8 rhythm. Speak your written intention 3 times, then fold the paper and place it safely away or burn it with reverence. End with silence, knowing the gate has received your offering. For protection, cleanse your space. A salt bath, incense smoke, or a short prayer. Not from fear, but from wisdom, to keep your field clear for what is coming. This is the Hermit's ritual. Intention, emotion, action, release. 4 steps, like 4 walls of a sacred temple. Practice it, Virgo, and the prophecy moves from symbol into substance. And now, once the ritual is complete, you must learn to recognize the signs that prove it has worked. Virgo, how do you know when the Hermit prophecy has begun to manifest? The universe confirms alignment through signs that cannot be mistaken once you are awake enough to see them. The first confirmation comes through the body. You may feel sudden chills, warmth rising in your chest, or a lightness in your breath as though a weight has lifted. These sensations are not random. They are the lantern's glow moving through you. The second confirmation appears in numbers. You may begin to see repeating patterns, 1111, 222, 777, appearing on clocks, receipts, or even in dreams. Each number carries its own vibration, 1111 as the portal of awakening, 222 as harmony and union, 777 as the presence of miracles. When they arrive, pause and whisper, "I see the signs." In doing so, you acknowledge the prophecy's flow. The third confirmation is the sense of peace without reason. You may not yet see evidence in your outer world, yet inside you feel calm, as if your spirit already knows the outcome is secured. This peace is proof of alignment. When fear no longer rules and trust becomes natural, you are walking the lantern path. Still, Virgo, there are moments when you may feel nothing. Do not mistake silence for absence. Sometimes the prophecy works in hidden chambers, unfolding first in dreams or surfacing days later. Give it 48 hours of trust. Let the seed germinate before you demand the fruit. To sustain alignment, create one daily ritual. Begin with a deep breath. Speak one decree, such as, "I walk in divine alignment." Seal it with a gesture, hand on your heart, palms open to receive, or standing tall in strength. These small actions maintain the lantern's flame within you. For 24 to 48 hours after any ritual, protect your atmosphere. Avoid unnecessary drama. Resist oversharing with those who cannot see. Hold your energy steady and do not scatter it. Guard the sacred as if it were a flame you carry through the night. These are the confirmations of prophecy fulfilled. Sensations in your body. Numbers repeating. Peace without reason. Trust these, Virgo, for they are the language of the lantern. And now, as the final light rises, you are ready for the decree that seals your path inside the Hermit prophecy forever. Virgo, the moment has arrived. You have walked through solitude, faced the shadow, followed the lantern, and now stand before the gate of decree. August 22nd, 2025 is the hinge upon which everything turns. It is the activation of the Hermit prophecy, and your words in this moment are the key that locks the old and unlocks the new. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to dissolve into the background or live as if unseen. The very silence you carried was proof of selection. Every hidden seed, every unseen act, every whispered prayer has led you here. The Hermit's light has not been wasted. It has been preserved for this exact moment in time. Remember the 3 signs: illumination in solitude, the shadow revealed, the lantern path. Together they have prepared you to stand in this place with certainty. You are no longer wandering. You are guided. You are no longer carrying burdens without meaning. You are carrying prophecy. Now comes the decree. Speak it aloud, Virgo, not as a wish, but as a declaration. I claim the Hermit prophecy. I walk the lantern path. I embrace the change written for me. These words are not empty. They are energy, sealed by your voice, amplified by your intention. When you speak them, You mark your alignment in the unseen. You are declaring to the heavens, the earth, and your own spirit that you accept the mantle placed upon you. Do not keep this decree only within. Write it, comment it, share it in unity with others who also hear the prophecy. Collective voices magnify the resonance. One flame lights a small space, but many flames create a fire no darkness can withstand. Virgo, this is your crossing. The Hermit prophecy does not end here. It begins here. This is the threshold where the past releases and the future ignites. As you speak, see yourself standing before the mountain gate. The lantern shines, the door opens. You step through. Behind you, the old dissolves. Before you, the path glows with destiny. And the universe whispers back what it has waited centuries to say. Welcome to your prophecy fulfilled.